Well, hello, strange people. Welcome to this broadcast of a slightly hungover Zen and uh, a couple ideas I have. It's a video that I've made before, and I'm going to make again, but it was just brought to my attention upon waking at this early hour as I sip a bottle of shitty ass Chardonnay. Oh wait, no, it's Sauvignon Blanc. But I want to talk about diet or deity. Deity meaning God, diet meaning the things you put into your system, what you consume. Everything is a spirit, no matter what it is. In the living world, so if you eat an apple, it's equivalent to eating applesauce or drinking apple cider, or there's a lot of ways we can look at this. And usually, what I do is I wait 5 minutes and let people show up. But I gotta go through this because it's right there on the top of my brain piece. What's up? What's up, CJ? So there's this thing with fad diets and people that make YouTube videos, especially. I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it. YouTube is a really nice way to go out, and if that's the way you got to go about making money and earn that currency or whatever. And this video is you know about two people in particular. But I ain't gonna bring their names up because it don't matter because they're not that important. It's the ideology of it, and I'm gonna get into how people to just change up their religion, will change up their deity, their diet. Your religion is your diet. It's what you have as a daily routine to pray to or pray upon something. It's it's how you go about manifesting or creating something, but you have to do it through something else. There's the proxy. There's a proxy server for things. Now, what I just said, people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'm gonna try to show you in a longer, more drawn out way the words that I just said and what they mean. I'm gonna do it through the there's a couple people on the internet. Well, there's a lot of people. It just happens to be the ones that I have subscribed to because I even subscribe to people that I don't like or agree with. Imagine that. I subscribe to people I don't agree with. It's not so I can go on their channel and be like, oh, fucking browbeat them and tell them like your fucking viewpoint sucks. Because I don't think anyone's viewpoint sucks per se. But let's come to a agreement in terms on some sort, like there's a universal principle of a single straight and narrow path. And what I've found is there's so many people that have had channels of now if we say channels on here, what we're saying is a YouTube channel. And obviously a channel, it's a channel of information. There would be a channel of one fraction of the godlight, or one channel of like, well, this is the way we need to do this today. We figured out we're vegan, right? We figured out we're keto diet. It's all fads. Everything people do is fads in their life. It was Terence McKenna who said that the rise and fall of empires is at the same rate, and I'm just going to give this to you in the most the easy to digest way because he said it way more poetically. I'm fucking jamming this up, but I hope you guys can go find this. What Terence McKenna said was the rise and fall of empires is exactly the same rate that the rise and fall of skirts, as women wear skirts. If you look at the time frame and when they wear long skirts and when they wear short skirts through the ages, like remember back in the 80s, if y'all little kids was around back then, uh, bitches wore short skirts. It was just a thing. In the 60s, in the 50s, I mean, the different ages, right? Long skirts, short skirts. Like, ain't nobody wearing short skirts these days unless they trashy thoughts, right? So the rise and fall of empires. Now I can take that and coordinate that because it's exactly in the same. That as something occurs, it occurs at the same rate across all industry, across all thoughts. And when I say thoughts, I wasn't talking about those thoughts. I was talking about these thoughts. It'll occur everywhere. So as I'm dialing this back into the concept of diets and what deities are and fads are and what gods are, what we see is people flip flopping. They go from red to blue. How many people have you seen that were trying to run for president or something change their fucking religion? This is a real thing. People just brain dead people don't even bat an eye at it. People are like Roman Catholic and trying to be a Republican, right? And all of a sudden they want to run for Congress or something. They're like, no, I'm not Roman Catholic. I gave that up. I'm pick a new religion. You know, whatever you want to. You know, I'm Christian now, and I found the way, and now I'm a Democrat or whatever. Whatever the fuck they do, I don't know how that works. I mean, I know how it works, but I'm just giving you a concept. And in the diet, as that same thing as what people do in their mind, is what they do with their diet or what they consume. And there's a couple of channels, and it's very funny too who it was so this dude had a channel basically. Let me put it this way. I'm gonna give you an idea. And it's been around for a long time apparently. He had healed all of his problems that he had in his life. I'm not gonna tell you what they are because then you go find the channel and you'd be like, oh, Zen said, I don't know about this dude. I think he's probably a good person. As well as the other person that I'm going to talk about too, but I'm not going to tell you his name, even though y'all could figure it out if you really needed to. So he had a channel that was like saying the vegan diet fixed my life, and he had going for years and years and years. I wonder if he found just no traction or no money or no whatever, because his videos are edited, you know, and they're like. You get to get the nice title screen and the like, you know, everything's shiny and sharp and crispy and whatever. And then there's this other channel that like was, so he was vegan as fuck, you know, vegan AF for years, and said that fixed every problem he had in his world. And then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, he goes on a keto diet. Or a vegan, or I don't know. I don't even know. There's so many fads these days that you just fit into these different little niches. And like, if he's gonna keep the rest of his videos up and then just dip, he just literally dip, dot. He was like, vegan ain't the thing. I'm actually going this. Vegan. He actually went to the point where he said veganism is the worst thing ever. Now, I agree with him. I do. Which is why I still dig the fucker, and I'll still listen to what he has to say sometimes just to catch a little drift of what's going on, set adrift on memory's bliss kind of shit. I just to see what people are saying about things. But I've always told people the same thing, like eat meat if you got to, and don't eat plastic and eat vegetables most of the time. It's pretty fucking simple. I've stayed that course. That's been it for as long. I've never been vegan. I've never been a strict carnivore. I don't like fad diets. I think they're ridiculous. It's all about what master you're going to serve next. And so I just say eat what's available. Eat what's around you. And if you don't like it, don't eat it. It's not that difficult. But the reason I bring up this is because I've just you watch so many channels and YouTube videos, and you find these people that are, you know, is inauthenticity. It always goes back to that, like people that really have something quality to say that aren't heard. And there's a lot of people that I know that have a lot to say, and there's a lot of people even on here, and I'm talking in the world out there. They have a lot to say that is valuable to the world, and you know, nobody can listen to them. So the people that are very popularized, you know, why are they popular? To push it has to be to push an agenda. There's nobody that's popular just because they're saying, hey, be an anarchist. Be yourself. The person that says be an anarchist, be yourself, live your own truth, that person is not popular. It can't be. Because that takes away from other people's power. If I told you be you always, you would never give me anything. then I wouldn't want anything to do with you. If I was in that game, in that mind frame, that I needed something from you. But everybody else is, they're weak. They're weak, so they require other people's power. You see? So their deity or their diet and their fad is, we need to change it up because people get tired of the same flavor. The same flavor is doing the same diet, the same exercises. Look at, how the fuck is there a magazine about running? There's really a magazine about running, and there's a magazine about jogging, and there's a magazine about walking. Now, if I were to run for president or Congress or all the shits, my first question to all of everyone, I'd be like, how in the world that we live is there a news media and there's these outlets in this capitalist society that somehow there's a magazine for running, walking, and jogging? That's not a magazine. That's not like, that's not like an every month subscription that you need. That's not even a book. That's barely even a pamphlet. That's like one paragraph. And maybe if you want to specialize in showing people snake diet, but what is my point? What is my point about what? Here we go. The point is, life is a lot more simple than people think it is. And that you have all these people out here distracting from the simple true course, which is eat what's local, because that's really what you should eat, right? It's right there. Eat it. If it falls off the tree in your hand, eat it. Eat what's available. Eat what's seasonal, and most of all, eat less of it. You should probably just drink your piss, right? Just drink your piss. Drink the distilled water. Isn't that the right thing to do? I mean, if you really want to get right to it, just start breathing and just go, oh, right? You could do that, or you could just throw up that fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what people's signs are and how the fuck they want to go through the mudras and all of this. It depends on the day and how they're feeling, because you're your own temple, as we are all the temple of God, so we don't need a diet outside of ourselves. So if our self is urine, drink the fucking piss, yo. So drink the piss. Take the piss. Do that. That's number one. Number two is find distilled water, because obviously we already know the pipes are not giving us, the pipes that are piped from the thing over here go through into your house. Is that clean? Is that good? Is that healthy? Is that the reason they made fucking farmhouse ales is because the water was so dirty they had to turn it into something palatable and healthy, which was beer. And funny enough, I was gonna make this video on the scripture of that how the idea is, people always go, Jesus turned water into wine, but as most things in the Bible are, and I hate to call it the Bible, in that Bible, how's that? And when I say that Bible, you still know what I'm talking about, because it's other babble, 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 Bible, bubble. it's that there that it's a riddle. It's a riddle. It's either astrotheological, or it's exoteric, or it's a riddle. So the point, as always, if you want me to get to a point, is these are all fad diets. People ain't been vegan. People ain't been vegan for but a few years. In the whole history of all of shit, it's not an upgrade. It's not an upgrade in anything. It's a downgrade. So is being strictly ketogenic. I mean, to think, or to be primal, or to think we came, like, a lot of these diets are based upon perception that we came from monkeys, or that we came like we evolved through. No, we devolved and we became like Pottinger's cats. We're the weak, like, we as a species have been so devolved due to our diet, because we've been eating things that we were given to us, which is fads. So we have all these fads that we consume mentally, mostly. So this is that running, jogging, walking magazine. That's a fuck. What is that? Why do people? Why is that even on this shelf? Do they sell those things? I'm gonna guess they don't sell most of those magazines. I think those magazines are just put there because if you had a company, if you had a business that was worth billions of dollars, you know what you could afford to do? Make a magazine and just let it sit there, collect dust. Have you ever walked into someone's house and seen they had a running or a jogging or walking magazine on their on their coffee table? Make sure it's coffee table because you got to know that you need to put coffee on it. You don't call it a fucking a leg table, an ankle table. You know, most people put their feet call it a foot table. You don't call it a foot table because nobody wants to put the feet up on the table, even though it's more comfortable. They call it a coffee table. So what do you put there? Coffee. So you've been instructed through language to do something, which is is this making more sense? So the snake diet, say snake, right? Snake diet, diet on the snake. We can eat snakes. I mean, I know what it is, and I'm only in jest saying it because I appreciate the cat out here that has been helping people lose weight because I think it's a very important thing for people to get the extra excess fat off their bones you know, there is a reason, and again, there's a reason for religion. There's a reason for fads and all of this, but I don't think it's for the greater good or the uplifting of the spiritual, soulful human being. Like what is better? It would actually to be healthy, and to be healthy is something wildly different than to follow some instructional yoga class and then be on some diet. You know, it's like sucking a deity's dick, yo. Yo, fucking suck on these nuts, cause it's nuts. If you're gonna fuck with the diet or you're gonna be some fad. A fad is a seasonal thing. You out. Next season, you out. Let's get that relief picture in, because that's what it is. It's a relief picture, a picture, something new. Here's a new one. Oh, is it better to look at this one? Better consume this thing? So we went from the that thing, teeter totter, the things. Um, Teeter totter is a fun word. It's like a teetotal or what is that? The teetotaler party or whatever the fuck that is. Anyways, let me get back to the points. The point is, again, we find that every season someone has a new god. You're not supposed to be following a god, a guru, or some sort of, there are people that have good things to say and you should listen. This is certain. But just because someone has something good to say doesn't mean everything they have to say is good. And just because somebody says something stupid doesn't mean everything they say is stupid, right? And so when we find these fads of diets, especially, we continue to consume things. Consumer nation. Capitalism produces consumers. Capitalism produces consumers, which also produce fad diets and deities. Without money, without capitalism, see. Well, let me rephrase that because I don't want anybody to soundbite this shit in the wrong way. But you can have a way of trading energy without there being a capitalist system that doesn't apply pressure from one direction to make somebody subservient, or a dictate or a directive from that. Just let me make that little point clear if you can hear what I'm saying in the larger dialogue. What people would choose to do if money ain't if it ain't a thing, what money is, people would choose to have different jobs. Everyone would choose to work in a different way. You know how many people are like, oh, I'd love to do this, I'd love to do that, but money's better over here. You grow up and the first thing you do, when you try to choose a college and you choose a degree, you got your parents saying, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be a blah, blah, blah. All right? Because that's big pay right there, right? That's money. That's physical objects. Eliminate that. Now what do you want to be? You would never want to be a doctor or a lawyer, ever. There's no one that truly, in their fucking being, wants to be a doctor or a lawyer. Now, there are people that want to help. And lawyers can help, but that's only within the system. Doctors can help, but only within the system. Not in the real world. In the real world, you want somebody that can heal you. You want somebody that can, like, if you get a bruise, you know what you want? If you fucking fall down and you want mama to, like, rub your knee and say everything will be okay, baby. That's what you want. You don't want a fucking doctor. When somebody's like, well, let me get the stethoscope out of here. And a stethoscope for what? Why has he got that thing around his neck? You know why? Because that same thing around that doctor's neck is the same thing that's around the priest's neck. The same thing about the guy that goes to business. He got a tie on he got a noose on his neck. Which is the same thing as wearing a rosary cross thing shit around your neck. Or putting that fucking... What kind of weird people put like... And they put this thing like, it's gonna check your heart. So the doctor's got this stethoscope that's gonna check your heart. And what's the dude... Hold on, look at it's the same fucking thing. What? Right? Do you see? Just observe. The doctor and the priest are the same thing. One wears white, the other wears black. And around their neck, they either have a rosary, which is checking your heart. They want to know if your heart's pure. And then the doctor, well, he's more scientific, so he's got a medal or a medallion around his neck, and he's going to check your heart rate. Fuck do you? I'm going to walk in here with a fucking broken knee, and you want to say, let me check your heart rate. What's that got to do with anything? But they want to make sure you got insurance. They want to make sure you're going to pay the bill. That ain't real. That ain't real. Anybody that says, let me help you, but pay me later, that ain't real. There's nothing real to that. What's up, hey Brad, hey Daniel Benson, why you keep fucking with me with your name? With that, can you give me the proper pronunciation of your name? Shanarba. Wait, Sheknarba. Sheknarba. How's that? Is that you just want to hear me say that, Sheknarba? There you go. Summer is on Thursday. What's up? Summer's on Thursday. What's up, Brad Milligan? What's up, Snake Diet? CJ, everybody's... The only people that need to be here are here. So hopefully, Snake Diet, you're still in here, and I answered your point, or your question, to as the point I was trying to make. I go on long tangents and diatribes because and I told somebody this the other day, I don't make points. I just give people information. So the information is very simple. Life is very simple. You know, go to sleep properly, you know, however that is for you. Wake up, what's around you, consume if you want to, don't consume if you don't need to, and help people where you can, or fucking, you know, do what the fuck you need to do. That's what the point is. Because there is no point. There's no point to life. You know, there's no point. There's no, like, there it is. If there is a point to life, it's death. And I'm already dead, so I've already reached the point. What happens there? Well, you just reproduce into a new realm, a new existence, a new something. So what is a better question? If I was next to you in a public setting and you were to say, "What's your point?" I'd be like, "Well," I would immediately just reflect that and say, "What's your point? What's your point of talking to me? What's your point of being here? What do you have to offer? Here, throw down what you got." And you know what? The funny thing is I would be saying that in a goofy way, because it wouldn't matter. Because if I had $50 in my pocket and you needed $50, I'd give it to you. That's just as simple as that. But if you ain't got nothing and you need something, that's how we do. But if I need something, I don't expect it from you. We just know it will happen. That's the difference. That gets out of the it's called volunteerism, or having a if everything was your, how about this? How about this? If everything is your deity and everything is God, if I say En Lakesh, it's on there, but you can't really see it. There it is. If I say En Lakesh, it means I would do for you, and we are the same, and blah blah blah. All this, like, we're the same damn thing. So why wouldn't I help you if I could? If I can't help you, I can't help you. But if I could, why wouldn't I? Because if I was in your shoes, I would want to be helped, right? So some people in this world need help, and some people, they're the helpers. They're the helping hand. Maybe the hidden hand. Yeah. What's up, snowflakes? I'm so sorry you retracted or redacted your message to me. Uh, yeah. What's up, frailty? Oh, you're in nursery school, so you're 3 years old. That's that's some wildly interesting. Um, Want to drop out of nursery school and be independent. Who needs a degree in nursery school? You damn right. I think you're right. I think you've solved the conundrum by asking that question. Because I have nothing good to say. You know, you go find somebody to adopt you. How's that? Because you're old enough to be independent, but young enough to be, yeah. Just go ahead and. I mean, the fact that you're already typing is already proof to how quality the education system is, especially in nursery school. Yeah, especially at that age, Brad Milligan. Well, anyways, this was the message for today, and I'm not going to get bogged down into idiotic dialogue over nothingness. Hopefully, what I've provided is a fertile landscape and soil that you can go ahead and dip your minds into and produce, the next generation of the crazy people, the fruits. Be nuts, sticking nuts in the earth. How's that? And be goofy as fuck, or be intelligent and wise. And show people the path to righteousness. No righteousness though, just be a good person or whatever.